ladies that's helping me. Again, I will introduce them to you in just a little bit. So this is about getting to know the Kulliyyah. So welcome to the Kulliyyah of Economics and Management Sciences. This is the agenda of today, okay? Um, I will be the one that's conducting the welcoming remark as well as giving you a brief overview of the programs that we have at the Kulliyyah. Then we will have the postgraduate coordinators that will be specifically talking to you in a breakup session, depending on what courses you are taking. I would like you to get first-hand information from your postgraduate coordinators because they are the one that knows better what sort of courses that you should be taking, and they can advise you better in that sense. Okay, myself and my officers at the PG unit, we will be taking, or we will be looking at the more macro level management thing of your stay with us. Okay, hopefully we will finish it at 12 noon. Last semester we had a very interesting Ta'aruf session where we actually did a virtual tour of our Kulliyyah. We unfortunately were not able to do that this semester because the MCO, the campus is out of bounds for some people, although we are going to be open back in March, inshallah. But that doesn't mean that the classes will be face to face. All of our classes will start online, so you just need a good internet access. Okay, so our Kulliyyah is one of the oldest Kulliyyah in the university. KENMS was established in 1983, and we were established with the Kulliyyah of Law, which is our sister Kulliyyah, more or less our twin sister. If you are on campus, the Kulliyyah of Law is the other side of the river. As you can see, the picture where the roof is turquoise, I would say, that's our campus in Gombak, and that's our main campus there. Previously, we were at the PJ campus, which was a very small campus. Okay, so now our building is quite big, and it's nice. It's pretty. I would say a lot of people say that it's pretty, but it's also a old building as well. Okay, so this is the management team of the Kulliyyah. I am the deputy dean. Oh, my details are cancelled. That means something. Never mind. Must be something. Well, I am the deputy dean for postgraduate. Okay, I'm sorry that the details are not there. I am the thorn among the roses. I don't describe myself as a rose among the thorns. I am the thorn among the roses. Then our dean is Professor Dr. Hasanuddin from Finance, and we have a deputy dean who is in academic and industrial linkages is Dr. Muhammad Irwan Arifin, and he is from economics, and the deputy dean for student affairs, which is Associate Professor Dr. Muslim, who is from accounting. Okay, this is our head of departments. We have 4 head of departments all together. Okay, as you can see, the Department of Economics does not have a head of department yet. The department is actually in transition. The new head of department is not named yet, but this is the head of department for accounting, business administration, as well as finance. Okay, now this is there I am, my full post is there. So this is the PG team for academic matters. We handle academic issues at the Kulliyyah, and apart from me, where I'm the deputy dean, we also have 4 PG coordinators, okay, representing each department. So at this point, I would like each of the PG coordinators to introduce themselves. So let's start with the Department of Accounting. Maybe you can open your camera as well.
On dah. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I'm Dr. Maslina Ahmad from Department of Accounting. So if any master's accounting student or PhD accounting student have any problem, okay, with regards to your which courses to take, okay, or you would like to get any advice, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Dr. Narita.
Assalamualaikum. I am Nurita Juhdi. I am the postgraduate program coordinator for Masters of Science in Marketing, as well as PhD, PChem. But those who are doing your thesis in management and business area, then you are under me, right? Okay, so if you have any questions and let's say you are wondering about things, you can just email me at the email address that is stated in the screen, or if you need to WhatsApp me, then I guess somehow you know how to get my handphone number. Somehow you will find out. Okay, and just a little information about me is actually I am also an alumni of IIUM. I had my Bachelor of Economics from this university as well. So, right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Hamdino.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Azura. So my name is Dr. Hamdan. I'm from Department of Finance. So if you have anything with regard to MSc Finance and also PChem Finance, then you may contact me. So don't worry, after this we're going to have a better discussion during our breakout session. Okay, thank you.
And finally, we have Associate Professor Dr. Rafia.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. So I'm Dr. Rafia Afroz from Department of Economics. So if you need any, suggestion or help regarding your studies here during your, study in IIUM, so you can contact with me. I think you can get my email number from the website. Okay, and we will discuss more detail after this session, I think. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Right. Thank you. Now, the next line of defense are quite important people, and these are the people at the PG unit, and these are the administrators. So let's have each one of them introduce themselves to you. Faz, your turn.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Sister Fazlina Abu Bakar. You can call me Sister Faz. For PG office, in charge of administrative work, and as well as if there is anything with regards to registration, examination, and system, so you can contact our office. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Yes.
I'm Hasliya Yahya. I'm the secretary to the beautiful lady, Dr. Azura. I'm more in charge on the visa for the proposal defense and for the master examinations and etc. etc. So
okay. Also, if you want to see me, she's the person that you have to ask.
Yeah,
she's my gatekeeper.
If later on, if they want to do for for the appointment with Dr. Azura, you can ask me first. All right. So you can email to me at haslia@ium.edu.my.
Okay. Finally, we have Sister Suryawati.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Surya. If you have anything with regard the registration, you can contact me lah, or anything you can email. Yes,
okay. Our Sister Suryawati is our resident expert in formatting. She is really good at it. So thank you very much. So if you have any issues or any question, these are the people that you should be in contact with, or your PG coordinator. I would highly recommend that you get in contact with these officers as well as your PG coordinator first before you start asking your friends. Okay, as good as your friends are, some of them do not have knowledge on the policy matters regarding postgraduate. So we do have that knowledge. Inshallah, we will be able to help you, provided that you don't ask things for the last minute at the last minute lah. As when if your visa is gonna be if your visa is dying tomorrow, for example, if you ask us today, of course we will not be able to help you. You gotta ask us a lot earlier than that. Now, if you find that it is difficult to approach them, we do also have our senior students who are more than willing to help you. And I think right now we have 2 senior students who are in this session. Okay.
Now, Dr. Martin is in also.
Okay, Martin is almost finishing. Congratulations, Martin. Anyway, you're about to finish. But let's get the senior students to introduce themselves. Who wants to start? Shakira Lakot.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shakira. My name is Shakira Hadim binti Abdul Rahman. I'm a PhD student and my focus is finance. I am basically, I am also one of the EXCO member for IIUM Gombak PG Society. And
You're breaking up, Shakira.
I'm normally available to assist you lah, but if you couldn't find any information on IUM website or CPS website or information in our group, just text, okay? But basically I'm here lah. I am very responsive actually.
Okay.
Thank
Now
you.
we have the two brothers who are almost finishing. Martin.
Assalamualaikum, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, I'm chasing him because he's almost finished.
Yeah, inshallah, I will submit by maybe end of this month. So yeah, my name is Muhammad Abdul Matin Chaudhary. I'm actually a PhD student. I'm focusing on finance, and I'm also alumni because I did my master's in finance as well from here. So for the new students, for new brothers and sisters, you are welcome here. And definitely you will find a place, you'll find this place as a family environment, and you will get the assistance or help from any of us. Senior staffs, academic members, everybody will be they are very helpful. And anything, just get back to us if you are shy or you are not able to communicate with any academic members or anything, any kind of assistance, you can refer to us. We'll be always responsive, like Sister Shakira said. We also have a WhatsApp group, so you can actually text there. We'll try to respond as soon as possible. Thank you.
Okay, finally we have Mohib.
Assalamualaikum, my respected faculty members and staffs. Also welcome new brothers and sisters, those who are joining in this Kulliyyah from this semester. This is Muhammad Muhibullah. I'm doing PhD in economics, focusing on renewable energy. I'm from Bangladesh and also working with the PG team here in Kulliyyah and also the central team. Alhamdulillah, we have social media. For Kulliyyah, there is Facebook page. Okay, those who are new students, I would like to request you to join in the Facebook page so that if you need any information, you can scroll it down. If for previous information also, you will get many information in Facebook page, as this is representing official informations and official platform other than the website. And also we have a WhatsApp group, so you can connect in any platform, but please remind that you are connecting with the Facebook page and the website. Okay, thank you. And if any types of assistance or any types of information you need, you are welcome anytime, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, thank you very much. So those are the people who can give you information or can help you. But again, I said, if you have some major issues, some serious issues, the people that I would advise you to approach are the PG coordinators as well as the PG unit. Okay, so this is the layout of the department as well as the programs that we have at the Kulliyyah. We have 4 departments, Department of Economics being the oldest department in the Kulliyyah as well as is in the university, Department of Business Administration, Accounting, and finally the youngest sister by a lot of mile and a lot of years is the Department of Finance. Okay, we basically this tells you our undergraduate degree programs as well as our postgraduate degree program. You may take a look at the Department of Finance where the Masters of Finance is also quite a seasoned program. Although the department is new, Masters of Finance initially was parked under the Department of Business. Okay, so we have Masters of Economics, our oldest PG program, Masters of Science Marketing, one of the first program in IUM that is fully accredited, Masters of Science Accounting, and Masters of Science Finance. Okay, and we have previously have had 3 separate PhD program, one belonging to the Department of Economics, one is a PhD in Business Administration, and the other one is PhD in Accounting. We have the programs have evolved into a Doctor of Philosophy program, which is a consolidated program, combining all the 3 programs, also introducing a new area of study, which is finance. And this was done last year, and this is going to be the first semester and the first year that we are actually implementing this program. So what it means is that you will no longer get a degree in say PhD in economics. You will get a Doctor of Philosophy degree specializing in economics. It's just I would say it's just the the clothing change of the program. We have rebranded it. Okay, I will explain it to you in a little bit more what that means. Okay, so this is the program structure, and this one is for our master's program. Our Masters of Economics are all classwork, although we do have 3 modes of study. It's not a mixed mode because the component of research does not is not big enough to qualify it as a mixed mode program. Our Masters of Accounting only have 1 mode, so with this mixed mode. Finance have 2 mode, which is coursework or mixed mode. Then marketing, you can see here, I haven't classified it. That's because MSc marketing is actually undergoing changes. The changes will be finalized this semester, hopefully, for the upcoming semester 1, 2021 and 2022. We'll have a mixed mode study with 50-50 breakout for coursework as well as research. Okay, what we mean by mixed mode is you have to look at the weightage of research itself. For Masters of Accounting and Masters of Finance mixed mode, you can see that the weightage of research is 70% of the total degree credit value, and all our master's degree credit value meets the MQA standard of 40. Okay, this is our Doctor of Philosophy degree. It's not decrease, it's degree, sorry for the mistake. Okay, as you can see, the area of specialization is 4. You will either be under accounting, business administration, economics, or finance. We have reclassified our Doctor of Philosophy from a mixed mode to a research mode, a full research mode, meaning the degree has no credit hour credit value for graduation. Okay, however, to make sure that you are able to do your research, you do have to sit for special requirement courses and pass these special requirement courses. Okay, the special requirement courses, depending on which area specialization that you're in, it's either going to be 3 or it's going to be 4. 1 compulsory courses for all the areas will be research methods. Then you also have areas that are either focusing on quantitative research or qualitative research, or you have areas such as business administration that requires you to take both qualitative as well as quantitative research methods, regardless whether you're doing it, you're using any of the methods or not. That in fact is the program standard for PhD program that requires us to expose students to the various types of methodology that's possible. Okay, it's not only that we are thinking of helping you in doing your PhD, but we're also thinking we also have to train you for the future as well in case you want to do research that employs different methodology. So that's why we have that requirement of you taking the various methodology courses. Okay, so this is your study period. For PhD, the teaching semesters, for PhD and masters, the teaching semesters are only semester 1 and semester 2. Semester 3, we normally do not have any teaching courses either for any postgraduate courses. Semester 3 is reserved for you to do your research. Okay, so especially for the programs that have a big research component, in semester 3 from July to August, this is when we expect you to actually, put your head down and do some reading and consult with your supervisor. Also, we do that in July to August because that's the time when most of our academics do not have classes. So they will be less busy, okay, compared to semester 1 and semester 2, which they will have undergraduate classes as well as postgraduate classes. So maybe pinning them down is going to be quite difficult. In semester 3, it's going to be quite easy to pin them down because they normally don't have a lot of things to do apart from the other work. So for masters, just take a look at the normal duration. Why am I focusing on the normal duration? Because the minimum duration, although it's there, students seldom actually are able to meet the requirement of the minimum duration. Okay, it's going to be very hectic if you plan to meet the minimum duration. So that your target should be the normal duration of study or the normal study period, which is also defined as your GOT or graduate on time. Okay, but there's also a maximum study period here. You see, this is the number of years that you have to complete everything. So if your master's, the normal study period is 2 years for full-time, 4 years for part-time. PhD is 3 years for full-time, 6 years for part-time. Okay? If you have any question, do ask me, do stop me. Okay? This is what I mean by graduate on time for masters. God is the normal study period. After you have basically exhausted your God, you will then go into the beyond normal. When you do go into the beyond normal, then your maximum duration of study will kick in place. Okay, every time you are going to register for a new semester, which is beyond normal, you will have to do all these things. It's quite tedious. An extension form, an appeal letter, support letter from your supervisor, and a Gantt chart to basically tell us what are you planning to do for the next semester, for the next year, and when you are planning to basically finish your studies. Okay, if you go beyond maximum, then you have exhausted your study period. Okay, that is for masters. This is how you will graduate for masters, especially the one that is in a coursework mode, MEC and MS Finance. Okay, basically complete the coursework and achieve a CGPA of 3 point and above. MEC is the only one that would have a slight slightly different structure where you will be doing research paper which will have a certain credit value. This is the path of graduation if you are taking MACC, MS Fin, and marketing. A little bit more complex with the dissertation. After finishing your coursework and achieving a CGPA of 3 point and above. Okay? You may not be able to see this, but this is how you can achieve God. And this is for all the 4 programs that you have. Okay? I guess to get the GOT, the best person to actually advise you will be your PG coordinators. Okay? For PhD, same thing. After normal study period, you then have to basically fill up the extension form, appeal letter, get a supporting letter from your supervisor and provide us with a Gantt chart. And if you go beyond maximum, that means that is the end of your study period. Okay? The roadmap to get to your PhD degree, a little bit more complicated. Okay, after you complete the special requirement courses, you will have to defend your proposal. Those specializing in economics would have to sit for a title defense. Okay, then you will do your research and all your work. You will have a viva voce. Okay, when you do all your correction and submit the hardbound copy of your thesis, you will then graduate. Okay, GOT for a PhD degree. How do you graduate on time? One thing that's quite important for you to understand if you're doing a PhD is when you are doing the special requirement courses, always keep in mind the research topic that you are doing and actually do some of the assignments that are given to you focusing on your research topic. Don't do some other things. So if you say, for example, you want to do something in banking, your topic for your assignment in the classes should be focusing on banking. Not if you're doing something on banking, but for the assignment in classes, you're doing student satisfaction in classes. That's not going to work. That's not going to help you. Okay, student satisfaction in the banking services, maybe it depends on what sort of topic in banking that you are investigating. Okay, if you wait until you finish your coursework, then you started to focus on your topic of interest, it will derail everything and it will delay your proposal defense. You will see that you may not be able to defend your proposal as soon as possible. Okay, also another advice, especially for not especially for all students during the short semester, stay and engage with your supervisor. Don't go missing. If you go missing, chances are you will not be able to catch up. Those are the time, like I said, during the short semester is the time when your supervisor have got more free time, so they can entertain you better compared to the long semester, which is semester 1 and semester 2. Okay? Any question? Or am I putting you to sleep? No, my computer is not working. Jam. Next. Okay, this is how you register for classes, for coursework and for research. For coursework, your registration should be online. You have to get access to iMaklum. Okay? If you have prerequisites, that's a manual registration. If you are under probation, that's a manual registration too. If you have a financial block, we cannot register you. And we cannot unblock you either. You have to settle the financial block with the finance people. Okay? For if you are doing your research and you want to know how you should register, well, if you are for those specializing in economics PhD, type is a manual registration. Research proposal is a manual registration. Once you have passed your research proposal, then it's iMonitor, which is a registration online. Okay. What if you don't register? The university in 2019, I came up with a new clause which specify the dangers of non-registration. After week 4, we will put you in an NR status. And if you do not register by week 12, which we will actually terminate you and give you a TD status. When you get a TD status, what you have to do is that you have to appeal to the higher authority, and we will be the one that will be submitting your appeal to the higher authority. You have to appeal to the higher authority. So that means writing letters, getting support and whatnot is a lot more of hard work. Okay. The university will actually send you a notice if you have not registered. Okay, they will send you a notice on week 4 stating that you have not registered. I think after a few weeks, they will send you another notice. We will also call you if you're not registered. And then after week 12, before week 12, we will send you another notice stating that you have not registered. And then you will be terminated. So make sure that your contact detail with the university is updated, especially your email. And please do not ignore your email. And I say this because our students have the tendency to say, I have not received any letter or any warning or any email from the university. We have sent you email. The problem with what the students are saying is that the only email that they receive is the email when they are terminated. Actually, every other email that we send stating that you are not registered, you have been given in our status, we send it to the same email address. The termination email is also sent to the same email address. So don't ignore the email that we have sent you. Okay? Language requirement, as I said, make sure that you pass your EPT. If you have not passed your EPT, you cannot register for the courses at the Kulliyyah. If you are about to take your EPT and you don't know whether you're gonna pass or not, we do allow you to sit in for classes. Then we'll make the registration for the classes official once you pass your EPT. You cannot be doing English and taking the Kulliyyah courses at the same time. It's the university's rule and regulation. Okay? So this is our advice. If you haven't sit for your EPT yet, or you cannot register for some reason, or you're not getting any official letter to enter the program and whatnot, you have applied for the change of program, And while waiting for the decision to be made, our advice is you seek permission to sit in the classes from the lectures before we actually make your registration into the program and into the courses official. Make sure that you do attend. Okay? For research work, particularly where do you get your supervisors from? Your supervisors will have to be from the department that is awarding the degree for you. So if it's a master's program, depending on the credit value of your program, you'll either have one supervisor or two supervisors. I believe Masters of Finance, you have two supervisors, right, Dr. Amdino?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's because the credit value is high. Okay, for PhD, you will have a supervisory committee. We do not allow or do not encourage just a single supervisor, and that is to safeguard yourself as well. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yes.
Mistakenly unmute.
Oh, okay. So we do not allow a single supervisor in a PhD committee in case something happened to the supervisor, like the supervisor leaving the university or whatnot. So having a second supervisor will actually safeguard you in that situation. So there's always a minimum of 2. You can have 3. The maximum that we've gone for is 3. Okay, some people also have 4, although I don't really understand why you need 4. Having 3 is already complicated. So, but it's up to you how many you want. Your main supervisor have got to be from the awarding department. So if you're doing a PhD specializing in business administration, your main supervisor will have to be from business administration. You can have supervisors from other kuliah, but they can only be the second supervisor. Okay, there may also be additional requirement that will be in place depending on situation and depending on the circumstances. Okay, so this is how you get your supervisors appointed. For PhD in particular, the matching is by the department. For masters, it's normally the students are the one that seek the supervisor. So you fill up the form, then the form is signed by the supervisor, the PG coordinator, and then depending on whether it is the supervisor or the supervisor negotiate with the student, you will also set up your supervisory committee, especially for PhD. After that, we will get the form submitted to PG unit. Notification to CPS is done by the PG unit. Okay, to make things more smoothly for the new PhD, we will have PhD students we will assign supervisors to the PhD student in the first week or in the first semester at least. At least by the first semester, you will have a supervisor assigned to you. What do you mean? But what do we mean by assigning? We will take a look at the proposal that you have submitted, and then we will match you closely to the supervisor that have expertise in the area that you are interested in. It's quite important for us to match that so that you are properly advised on how to do the research. Okay, it's not really a matter, I like this supervisor, I want this supervisor to be I want this academic to be my supervisor. Sometimes the area of interest does not match. Basically, you are doing something in entrepreneurship, but the supervisor you propose is doing something in marketing. It doesn't match. It's a completely different area. Okay, if you want a supervisor, if you want that supervisor, you should be doing a PhD topic in marketing too, not in something else. Okay. So some highlights of the policies, important highlight. This is your academic workload. This talks about the number of classes or courses that you can take per semester, okay, in order to graduate on time, okay. So for a master student full-time, we advise you to take 4 courses or 12 credit so that you can graduate on time. For PhD student, coursework load per semester is 6 credit, 2 courses per semester. The reason why we only have 2 courses per semester because PhD courses are heavy. If we give you 4 courses per semester, no, we will be sending you to the hospital. If we give you 2 courses per semester, 6 credit, it's just a clinic, it's not a hospital. It's still a heavy workload. You will notice, you will understand what I mean when you sit in for your classes. Okay? This is the grading system. The magic number is 3 or B. That is for you to be able to graduate. Okay, so always keep that in mind. That's a score of 70 to 74. That's what a B is. How you interpret your CGPA? For you to graduate is supposed to be a CGPA of 3 and above. If you get a CGPA below 2, that's dismissal. If your CGPA is in between, is lower than 3, that's a conditional pass. Okay, if you fail a course but your CGPA is above 3, that's also a conditional pass. You have to pass the course. Passing the course means that I think you have to get a grade C. Okay, if your CGPA is between 2 and 3, that's probation. If you are in a probation status, be careful. If the next consecutive semester you also get a CGPA that is under 3, that means it will be a second probation. Okay, as you can see here, the second probation applies if your CGPA is 2.5 and in between 2.5 and 3. The reason why it should be in between 2.5 and 3 is because if your CGPA is below 2.5, there's no way you can catch up to get 3. Okay, if your CGPA after in the subsequent semester, so you got below 3, in between 2 and 3 first semester, in between 2.5 and 3 in the second semester, the third time you get your CGPA below 2.5, it's a dismissal. Okay. So some key policies for grades, core courses, if you obtain a C- or below, you have to repeat. Elective courses, C- and below, you can repeat the same course, or if you don't like the course, you can replace it with another course. Repeat and replace is unlimited as long as you're within the study period and you're not dismissed. Okay, and so a minimum grade that you should be your minimum grade that you should be aiming for is C, as long as your CGPA is above 3. So what does it mean? At the end of the day, you have to make sure that you do get other grades as well. If you are basically obtaining C's and B's, you will not meet the minimum grade of B for to actually graduate from the program. So always aim for B's. Right. PhD, publication requirement. Publication equivalent is 2. This has changed. How do you get 2? You take a look at the PE value calculation there. It can come from an index journal, non-index journal, index conference proceeding, posters and non-index conference proceeding. That's how you get 2. So it should be, you know, if you can do 2 index journal, that will give you automatic 2. But otherwise, do a combination of index journal and non-index journal. Yes, it's high, but it's possible. Okay, ask Martin. He has been publishing a lot since the MCO, right, Martin?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, Doctor.
Alhamdulillah. Muhib also has been publishing a lot as well. It is possible. If there's a will, there is a way. Correct, Muhib?
Yes, doctor, just trying to do something.
Yeah. Okay, inshallah. Talk to your supervisors. They will help you with this. Okay. This is a big issue. Plagiarism is not something that we look kindly upon. This is when you take other people's work and you pass it down as your work. Do our students plagiarize? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. It is something that I am not happy to admit, that I'm going to admit it nevertheless, because this does happen. To check on your plagiarism score, we do have the Turn-in report. This is something that your supervisor would have to run for you. If other people do the Turn-in report on your behalf, we have the right to reject that report. It should be done by a supervisor. It should be verified by your supervisor. The similarity index that you have to hit is 24% and below. Okay, and our Kulliyyah, our academics in the Kulliyyah are well known for the fact that we give students 0 if your Turn-in report for your assignments, your written assignment is high, has a high score on plagiarism. I do that, my colleagues do that, quite a number of people are doing that in our Kulliyyah. You have been warned. Okay. Besides, when we read your work, it doesn't take a super genius to know whether your work is an original piece of work or the work is taken from other people's work. We know it because the style of writing, plus the fact that all of us, most of us have done a PhD, meaning that we have read a lot of things already. Okay, if it sounds very familiar, meaning that we have read it before. We have read it somewhere. So the onus is on you to make sure that you do not plagiarize other people's work. Unfortunately, we still have today where our students do plagiarize. And they do say, oh, that's my work. Okay? We have had students dismissed because of plagiarism. Final class attendance, 80% and above, you have to attend your class. Whether you're sitting in, your auditing and whatnot, you have to attend your class. If you don't attend your class, after a certain week, we will actually give you a warning letter. Then we will bar you from the examination. If you're barred from the examination, you will get a grade Y, which is equivalent to a grade F. okay? But if you take a look at your transcript and your grade is why people will know that you failed the course because you didn't bother to attend the class. So please attend classes, okay? So how you get information? This is all the ways in which you can get the information. The CPS website have got so many information there. A lot of the forms that you're using and whatnot is there. You can get information from iMatLaw. Make sure that you have registered and whatnot, and you have accessed it. It will give you information about the courses, your study plan and whatnot. The KENMS PG Facebook, it's also there. The email the coordinators of PG unit officers in case you have some major questions, okay? Please do bear in mind that if you ask us how to fill up the form, we probably would not entertain that sort of question, okay? Or if you ask us, please see whether this is correct or wrong, we also will not entertain that sort of question. Make it something that we can help you with. There's a lot of information that's available out there. Shakira, Muhib, and Martin was talking about the WhatsApp group. Scan this to join the WhatsApp group. If you're in the group, occasionally you will see that I will give you a long list, a long lecture about something. Okay, that's just a reminder of things. Also be patient while you are dealing with us. My officers does not work during weekend. Saturday and Sunday, they're home. So if you send us an email on Saturday, Sunday, don't expect us to reply, but potentially you will get a reply from me. I'm trying not to reply on Saturday or Sunday, but be patient. Normally we will handle things in 3 working days on our part. But sometimes if you do want to do something and it involves the other authorities at the university, then your request may take some time. So be patient. We will process the thing on our part within 3 working days, and then we will basically give your request to the other authorities so that the processing can continue. For example, if you're submitting for Viva, you submit the things to us first. We will check it and then we will submit to CPS. CPS will check it and then CPS will submit your work to the examiners. That's how it works. So it doesn't, things like that will not be, say, will not be completed in 1 week. Viva Voce may take 3 months or maybe more, depending on the speed of the examiners to read and respond to your work. Some examiners takes more than 3 months. Some examiners take just 1 month to read your work and return your work to us, not to us, to CPS to have an oral presentation for the Viva. Okay, if you're unlucky, it may take 6 months. So that's for the Kulliyyah. It has not taken more than 6 months, especially for Viva Voce, because we do intervene. What do you mean by we intervene? When we get a notice from CPS that they haven't received whatever report from your examiners, we do chase them. So we try to keep it below 6 months. Okay. We've never had a Viva Voce that's more than a year before, never.
Doctor,
yes.
Sorry, can I add one more thing about the working, about the working hours?
Yes.
Working hours for Malaysia time is for IUM staff is from 8 AM until 5 PM. So if we email Malaysian time, if we email after 5, don't expect the admin staff to respond to us immediately. That's all I want to remind.
Yeah, the admin staff will not respond to you. I have a bad habit of responding to students after office hours. I will try to stop responding to students after office hours and on Saturdays and Sundays. But sometimes it's the only time that I'm free and I do respond to you because I'm free at that time. Okay, but that's because that is my choice as a DDPG. It's not because the officers are working. The officers are not working on Saturday and Sunday and after 5 to respect their time. And I'm also guilty sometimes of messaging my officers after 5. I am sorry. I'm making a public apology. Sorry, you guys. Okay. So this is related to finance matters. We can't help you. We cannot even reveal your result if you're blocked by finance. It's unethical for us to do that. Right, any question? Any issues? No question? New PG students, do you have any questions?
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam.
Yeah, I have a question. On the coursework for master, a master in coursework economics, this course required the supervisor as well, right?
No. Supervisor is only appointed if you have a research paper.
The coursework is just a normal classes,
Yeah,
right?
it's just lectures. Yes, it's just lectures.
Okay then, all right, thank you.
Welcome. Other question?
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
I'm Zahra. For the coursework, for this upcoming
Which program, Zahra?
Master in Accounting.
Okay.
For this upcoming semester, it will be in full online or it might be any changes, for example, like hybrid if the MCO if give down.
We're gonna start online.
Oh, so it will be full online.
We're gonna start online.
Okay.
It's up to the lecturers at the end of the day to do if they want to do a hybrid. It's up to the lecturers. If I'm your lecturer, I will not do a hybrid. It's either going to be online or face to face. But because we're starting online, if I am the person in teaching you, then mine is just going to be online. But we will start online.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Because quite a number of international students are not coming in just yet. Other questions?
Sorry, me again.
Yes.
On the to start online, is it applicable also to the undergraduate classes, because I have one prerequisite paper to take to be taken?
Yes, inshallah.
All right.
Econometrics, is it you're taking?
Yeah.
Yeah, inshallah. That one, the prerequisite courses, you have to do a manual registration, okay?
Sure, all right.
Okay. Any other questions?
There is a question at chatting, apa ni, dekat chatting, Dr. Zura. Check.
Cost registration I need to do manually since I have. MSc Finance doesn't have prerequisite.
Doctor, it's actually prerequisite given according to the program taken in the undergraduate level. So maybe
MSc Finance doesn't have prerequisite. Am I correct, Dr. Amdino?
Yes, you are correct, Dr. Azra.
Okay, if you are in MSc Finance, you are given prerequisite. I can tell you MSc Finance doesn't have prerequisite. Nur Shahida, what is your prerequisite? Nur Shahida? Any other question that I'm missing? Is Nur Shahida, are you here? Okay, the only program that has prerequisite thus far is MEC, Masters of Economics, and PhD specializing in economics. The rest of the program have no prerequisites.
Doctor, she mentioned about she got pop-up. I think this one is her in her iMaklum. She need to do manual registration because prerequisites. Or she's at work, so she cannot talk. She only can do chats.
Okay, MSc Finance doesn't have a prerequisite. So we have to take a look at your study plan. Please contact the PG unit to take a look at your study plan. Fast, there's a work for you already. Any other questions?
Dr. Azura,
Yes.
about the publication, can it be done before PD or after PD?
For PhD?
Yes.
Who's asking the question?
Me, Dr. Azura, Amir.
You are doing masters, right?
I'm doing PhD, PBA. I'm the second semester student.
You have to do your publication, you are 181. The publication can be done at any time before your Viva Voce.
Okay, thank you.
Your publication for you, because it's a mixed mode, is 1.7 PE. One journal, the other one takes it from somewhere else. Other questions? Anything from chat box that I have not answered?
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam.
Hi, Doctor. I'm Leo. So actually, I'm an international student. So I still have a process with my visa, and I haven't got the access for the iMaklum until now.
Have you paid for the? Have you paid your fees already?
Yeah, because I'm under scholarship, so it's all paid. Because currently I'm still in Malaysia. I'm still in Malaysia, and they need me to go back to get the exit stamp and so on, so I can get the EMGS approval letter and so on. Is there any chance that I could maybe still start next week, something? Or
how long are they saying that it will take for them to basically do your visa thing?
Because I'm still not sure, because I'm still talking with Ahmad regarding this matter. But for now, the MGS told me that I have to leave Malaysia and get the exit stamp.
We cannot register you formally into the program because you don't have the visa just yet to enter. But you can basically attend the classes. I mean, your English is done and dusted, or you graduated from IUM?
Yeah, I graduated from UM, but I got an IELTS also.
Okay, your IELTS score is what? No, not what. How old is your IELTS score?
It's 6.0.
How old is it?
Yeah.
How old is it? When did you take it?
I think it's like 2 years, maybe.
Oh, you got to check on the eligibility of that score, whether it can apply, because IELTS have got an expiry date. Okay, so if you take care of your English and whatnot. We're just waiting for the visa. I would suggest that you basically talk to your PG. Which program are you in?
In marketing.
Yeah, I would suggest you talk to Dr. Norita to actually get you in the classes and sit in the classes unofficially. But make sure that you are in the classes unofficially, and then when everything is okay, we can then officially register you in the classes. So I would recommend that.
Okay.
Okay, so yes or no, whether there's a still chance for you to register to do your courses this semester. There is still chance, and it meaning that you have to attend the classes from the very beginning until the cutoff point where we can register you, we can make it official. So if you are in the classes already, even though you're not officially registered, the lecturers are going to be more willing to officially register you, because we do need their permission as well. If you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, I got it.
Don't go missing. If you go missing, chances are for you to register for the classes is going to be officially registered for the classes is going to be a little bit more problematic.
Okay, so meaning by next week, right? By the 1st of March, so the students have started their class already, right?
Yes, you have to talk to the lecturers, seek their permission to sit in the classes.
Okay.
Okay.
Not yet clear.
All right.
Okay, thank
we
you.
have another senior who's here. We have two seniors who's here with us. Amir is your senior, as well as Putri is also a senior. Any other questions?
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam.
My question is, for me, my metric number is 2024. So I don't really know whether there is differences between the past requirement and today's requirement for PhD to produce papers. And if I produce,
there's a difference.
First, may I know where can I get complete document that I can read myself about guidance that requirement for me for this new kind of PhD student for economics? And my second question is, I have actually a pending paper to be published with my lecturers before when I doing my master, but still in the progress. So now I'm already in PhD. So if I manage to publish it maybe next 2 months or 3 months, is it already be included in the requirement for PhD?
We can argue for that. Note that we can argue. We can take that into consideration. If you are first semester this year, if this is your first semester in the PhD program, you will be doing PhD by research. Your publication requirement is 2. If you want to know what the publication requirement is, go to the CPS website and take a look at the publication requirement. Take a look at the classification of the degree. That's how you know what your publication requirement is.
So
okay, if your
publish,
degree, sorry?
If I publish, maybe let's say this first semester, it is already can be included into my requirement, right?
It depends. Most of the times we will, the publication that it is acceptable for the PhD program, the area of study or the topic should be almost similar.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Nada.
Other questions? Any other questions? Okay, make sure also you have access to iTalim. Yeah, iTalim is our learning system.
Assalamualaikum.
Teaching and learning system. Salam.
Okay, my name is Falisha.
Yes.
I'm taking Master in Finance, only coursework lah. I have already registered my subject and I've also accessed my iTalim, but I don't see any registered subject there. So I don't know how to join classes or
You can only join classes through iMaklum.
iMaklum.
Sorry, register for classes in iMaklum. You've already done the registration, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so if you go into iTalim and there's no information there, that's because, did you go into iTalim C or just the normal iTalim?
iTalim C.
Okay, so there's nothing there.
Yes.
No information of your classes and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, because the academics are still on holidays.
But I heard that class will be start by today, isn't it?
No.
Oh, not yet.
Semester starts in 1st March.
1st March, I see.
Yeah.
That I think I've called PG and they told me that today is the first class. So I thought my class is.
Who did you call?
I called the admin, I think.
I think that was the previous academic calendar.
I see.
It was not the updated one. It was the old academic calendar.
Updated. Okay.
Yeah, there's an updated academic calendar. We have pushed back the classes because of the MCO. We'll be starting in 1st of March.
I see. Okay, thank you very much, Doctor.
Welcome. If you don't see anything in iTalim C, is because all the academics are on the holiday now. We'll do it the weekend before the class starts. Any other question? No, we'll do it. I will do it the weekend before the class starts, or even the night before the class starts. I'm in denial. Any other question? Okay, if you don't have any other questions, I will just show you your backup. Yes.
Doctor, should we use iTalim, normal iTalim anymore? Well, what's the difference with
It's
iTalim?
not. The other iTalim is not in use. The current iTalim that's in use is iTalim C. iTalim C is iTalim on cloud.
Wow.
Yeah, iTalim on cloud. It's a cloud. It's supposed to be. It's a not the word. It is supposed to be a more stable system.
Okay.
Note the word. Okay. But however, I can guarantee you that the majority of the academics will actually use Google Classroom. They may use iTalim initially, but most of my colleagues could use Google Classroom. Even I use Google Classroom because iTalim C is a little bit unstable. That's just between you and me. That's a trade secret. Any other question?
Hello.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Konsalam.
My name is Muhammad Fatullah. I'm doing Master of Finance, mixed mode. So I want to ask, I have pre-read my subject through iMaklum.
Yes.
But I cannot log into the iTalim.
Yeah, so?
Yes. So I'm using I just want to check the subject at Talim, but I cannot log into the Talim.
You have to that issue you have to forward it to ITD.
Okay.
Okay, it's normally because there's some things that you have to do. The initial login to iTalim C is not easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe you can take a look at some of the infographics that they have available on certain websites about how to enter the iTalim.
Okay.
It's iTalim C, okay? Any other questions? Just make sure that the information that you have on iMaklum, especially your email address and your contact number, is correct. Okay, what the lecturers tend to do, especially in this remote learning time, is we get in touch with you through your contact number, your contact details. and we will set up well, at least that's what I do, set up a WhatsApp class and WhatsApp group and set up a Google Classroom. We use iTalim because we are asked to use it, but we don't rely on it for our classes because it's kind of unstable. That's the issue. Not that Google Classroom is stable, it's more stable than iTalim. Okay. Right. Just go to the final slide. This is gonna be the slide that gives you the information of the breakup session. Depending on who is your, what program you're in, please go to these various sessions. We have 4 with economics is with Dr. Rafia, accounting is with Dr. Maslina, business is with Dr. Norita, and finance is with Dr. Hamdino. Okay, unless there are questions for the seniors that are in this session, otherwise just go to your breakup session. Is there a question for seniors? Okay, go to your breakup session. Okay, thank you, everybody. Are you done with this slide? All the breakup session is in Google Meet, okay? Okay, so if you're done, so please have a chat with your PG coordinator. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. We'll close this session with, we will close this session, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So please have a chat with your PG coordinators.
Salam. Thank you, Doc.
Fast, stay on.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam. Yes.
My name is Fariza. I'll be doing MSc Finance. I was just, is it okay if you show the Gmeet link slide again? Because I
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Salma, are you joining any breakup session?
Yes, doctor. I already joined the.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
So you can leave this session. Okay. Thank you. Lutfia, what about you? Done. Leo, are you joining any any session?
Oh, yes, doctor.
So you can leave this one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Mohib. Thank you, Martin.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Mama Fatullah, are you joining any backup session? Muhammad?
Yes, Master of Finance.
Yes, take a look at the, go to
Okay,
the Google Meet.
I'm accessing now. Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Welcome. Amir, do you have further questions? Saleh, are you joining any breakout session? Breakout session? Amir, do you have further question? Hello, Putri.
Yes, Adam, I'm here.
How are you? Lama tak jumpa. Of course lah, saya tak go there anymore.
Masih lagi berdiri teguh dalam PJ room yang baru, which waiting for you to do the site visit.
I don't even know when I'm going in. I don't think my officers know me anymore. Kesiannya.